What were some of the core things that you recognized right away 7 years ago? Like, we need to get on this.
He wasn't watching his percentages, came to, his labor rates, and, what he was spending on marketing was very minuscule. Really, the focus when I initially started was to get all of our guys on uniforms, or into uniforms, and look. A lot of training with the technicians and going to, this is the way that you park your vehicle. This is why you park your vehicle. This is what, you don't walk in the customer's grass. For those that smoke, please don't flick that cigarette into the customer's grass.
Yeah.
Yard. And just reeling them in, because at the end of the day, right, they're a little rough around the edges. They're blue collar workers.
Yeah.
And everything that CertainPath had recommended is very alien to them, right?
Right.
So it took a while to really get them on board. I would say a while would be roughly a year of working with them on a daily basis, explaining to them, giving them shout outs, giving them kudos on how they look for the day. Good job, Mac, on tucking in your shirt. Congratulations. I've only been working on this for 6 months.
Hey, but when it works, you got to do that stuff. You got to reinforce it.
That's it. So I guess initially it was going to be our image is what I focused on.
Yeah.
Wrapping all of our trucks to make them look uniform.
Right.
Introductions to customers and building a rapport with customers. Options. There was 0 options given before.
Right.
That was a pretty large change for us.
Yeah.
That in itself, both with our technicians getting on board with it, but then also sales. It's, the more time that they spend, they're building a rapport with the customer and they're giving options. It was pretty amazing what happens after that. You sell, right?
There's a trust. You build a trust. Yeah.
And then also, kind of fast forward a year after that, I started really focusing on marketing. We had a lot of repeat business, but we needed to start getting some more business drummed up.
Yeah.
People move, and you lose customers continuously.
Sure.
So I guess marketing, the way our technicians, uniformity, trucks, those were my biggest initial investments.
That's great. Something you said, and you said it so quick, but I think it's a big part in the transition is you got to tell people why, right? You got to reinforce, but you have to tell technicians, we're doing this not just because I say so. We're doing it because this is how it'll affect you and the customer. I think that why is so important. I mean, do you agree?
I couldn't agree more. I was just doing an evaluation thing. I had one of my managers in there who's going to be taking over evaluations for me. Mm-hmm. And I look at everything as coachable moments, right? Where a lot of, new managers, they just want to, look down on people or speak down on people.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's coachable moments, right? You messed up on a job. That doesn't mean that you're going to get fired. It's a coachable moment for us to really reel it in, explain the why. Why are we doing this, right? So coachable moments are something they implement.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's such a big thing. If you feel like you have the right people, they're going to make mistakes. They're human beings, right? But you can either pour into them or you can degrade them. And by pouring into them, they're better the next time, right? And then all of a sudden, maybe you have a manager in 2 to 3 years as you're trying to grow your organization. I think that's such a good early